can I live in a browser?
Right, because that's basically what a Chromebook is.
Yes.
It's Chrome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this one, I could.
All right.
Right.
Let's take a look. This is, now there are a number of, there's the high-end Google Pixel, which is almost $1,500 bucks. But most Chromebooks are in the $200 to $250, $300 range. This one is at the low end of the range.
Yes.
The Acer.
Yes.
What is it? The C?
This is the C720.
720.
Yes.
Is $200 bucks?
Yes.
Well, give us a little tour here.
So this one is actually a no-frills laptop.
No kidding, no frills.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're looking at something that's just less than an inch in terms of like thickness. It has your typical stuff like your USB ports and all that stuff. The thing that's really important I want to talk about is this. Here's the thing that really matters.
Trackpad.
The trackpad, but here's the thing I'm pointing at. It's the offline apps, which is huge. So
this is something that is all Chromebooks can do, right?
Before, they didn't have a lot of these offline
but it's
apps,
something
but now
that we're seeing now.
We're seeing more and more of these offline apps now. And it's, adding more value to it. And
well, we all saw the ad, or maybe we didn't all see it, but many of us saw the ad that Microsoft did, the anti-Chromebook ad, in which a young woman brings her Chromebook to the Pawn Stars, and they say, it's no good, it's not worth anything, because when you're offline, you can't use it. But that's not true anymore.
Yes. Yeah. So, well, more and more apps are becoming more offline for the Chromebooks.
Right.
And we're starting to see things like notes. Before, you could just do things like your calculator offline, but now you can put notes in, you can play a few games.
So you can store stuff.
Yes.
And of course, if you're doing mail, you can do mail offline, but you have to have the foresight to download the mail before you get offline and upload it after you get back online.
Outlook, right? So you're bringing stuff in.
That's okay, though, if you're used to it.
Yeah.
What you can't do is surf the internet offline.
Of course.
But you can't do that on any computer offline.
Well, they do have this thing called Pocket, where you actually download the pages.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, read it later kind of stuff.
So it's actually pretty cool.
When you, a $200 computer, you're going to make sacrifices.
Yes.
What are the sacrifices here?
Well, obviously without Wi-Fi and things like that. But the other big sacrifice is the fact that this is it's an Intel-based Celeron.
Okay.
So you're getting
a little slower.
Yeah, it's a little slower, but you really don't need that kind of power for what you're doing over here.
How about the screen? What is that?
It's 11.6 inches and it's full HD.
So, 1080p?
Yeah, 1080p.
Wow, that's unusual. Yeah. All right. And you feel like it's a decent, it's not a touch screen, but that's
no, it's
okay,
not.
right?
But for something that's only $199, I mean, you can't really expect that much.
Right, right.
But the
battery life?
Battery life is great. You're looking at almost 10 to 12 hours.
Wow.
With this thing. Yeah.
So this is not a, so give us the pros and cons here. This is the Acer C720.
Right, yeah. So everything that you'd expect from like a regular Chromebook, I mean, it's fast to wake up, it's fast to load.
If you get corrupted or attacked with malware, no problem. You can reboot it and it refreshes and it's back to normal.
Right, because everything is mostly in the cloud nowadays. Right. But the biggest con still, again, it's the Wi-Fi thing. It's the whole.
You have to be online.
Yeah, you got to be online.
And there's no Ethernet port on that either, by the way.
Yes. So there's no Ethernet port, just some USBs and SD cards and stuff like that.
Right.
But for the most part, I mean, can I live in a browser?
Right.
In this case, I could, mostly because of the fact that there's some offline apps now I can toy around with, even the games that are offline. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, if you check out the web store, I mean, this is all offline apps. I could go on and on and on with this. But
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So that's a global improvement to all Chromebooks.
Yes.
And you think at this point that means the Chromebook is a much more usable product. You know, what I see is a lot of schools use it because it does what kids need to do, which is you could do research, you can write reports. It's got a full keyboard. It's not a tablet. Some businesses are buying Chromebooks. In fact, they seem to be selling quite well in business. I guess primarily because there are people at work who don't need the full power of a full computer. It's more secure, and I think for people who are not, real gurus of computing, like mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, who just want to do email and surf the net, this might be a really good choice. And at $200, you can, you don't have to worry. It's not very expensive.
Yeah.
So, buy, try, don't buy.
It's a buy.
It's a buy.
You can find out more about this fantastic offer by clicking the link in the description.